Hello everyone and welcome back again to the Twin Snakes tournament here at MGSR. We have week 4, day 7, and we're getting hyped for the last few rounds. It's not long off anymore for the grand final. My name is Anastasia. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And we're starting off with the first losers round 3 match, vermillionnoel versus NickRPGreen, commentated by Proof and Glenn. Take it away, boys.
Hello, good evening. Yes, as House said, we have round 3 of our losers bracket tonight with these two very good runners. I need to triple check, make sure I don't do anything too crazy, make sure I get all their matches wrong so we can talk about those. There it is, here we go. Should have had this up beforehand, but I digress. While we wait for our races here. There we go. And they're off. Meanwhile, we have Vermilion, who lost out to Airlian in Airlian's first match after beating our lovely host here in house with their insane tie in our very first race of this here tournament. And we have Nick, who unfortunately was defeated by Tyler. And things are going to be interesting tonight as they get going here. The docs are obviously nothing much to talk about. Proofrock, how are you tonight?
Right, had a bit of a long day at work, but I'm at home. I'm watching some quality Twin Snakes races, and I am happy to be here.
Indeed.
I was looking at the
rough,
bracket.
but it is Friday night.
It is, yeah.
So.
We've got another match coming up after this, I believe, as well. Is it Plywood and Joseph, I think?
It is Plywood and Joseph Joestar, long name Joe. It's going
These
to
are
be
our
quite fun.
Last of the, well, not the last of, but these are our losers round 3 matches tonight. I think the winner of this match will go on to play Volcanic Akuma in a losers round 4 match, and then the winner of our later race will go on to play Tyler.
Indeed, that is correct. So we are looking at setting up matches for the remainder of the losers bracket tonight. The losers bracket semifinals, which will be fun. Winners of these matches will play one more game. Losers are unfortunately eliminated. And we'll have to watch from the comfy seat behind their desk.
Looking at the stats here, it looks like as far as the tournament goes, I think Nick's best IGT so far in tournament has been 53-16, Vermilion with a 57-07. So a lot separating their PBs, but that does not mean Vermilion can't make up some of that time. And obviously, Nick may not play his best tonight and may make a few mistakes.
I know Nick's been practicing this game like crazy over on his own channel, so if anyone has tuned in to his channel for that, you've seen what he's been doing, you know what he can do. Vermilion's no slouch though, so you're gonna have to pay close attention as we get through the heliport here, getting spotted and taking out that guard that's blocking us from the vent, taking advantage of our animation canceling.
Yeah, Nick has definitely been grinding this game. I've pretty much every time I watch him, he's playing this. Vermilion also, probably grinding as well, but I haven't seen him streaming as much recently. I did see him, I believe it was last night, doing some practice runs. I saw him practicing one of the newer strats for Liquid, the Liquid first-person Infinite. Saw him practicing that. We'll see if he breaks it out in his race tonight.
No, you just never know. We don't know if he's watching, so if he's watching and it's close, he may feel he needs to, or he may choose to play it safe and, just not. Maybe go for the lottery roll instead. See what he can get from that first. Who knows?
Vermilion getting a little antsy with his camera here. I think it's costing him just a sliver of time each time he kind of readjusts it.
camera can be evil in GameCube games. Been there, done that. But yeah, early on in this run, if you're not used to mashing all the time, and you do these animation cancel crawls, I can speak from experience. It's not easy on the hands or the wrists at times. But
It's not.
Nick doesn't seem to have that issue, as I know some of us do. Vermillion has a little bit faster of a pace here, I believe. As we get to into this mandatory codec. Isn't mandatory in the original, but Kojima and Silicon Knights was like, you know what, you're gonna have to appreciate Meryl's workout routine here.
She's doing something right, at least compared to Johnny, because she just has no trouble just beating his ass.
Hey man, you gotta give him a break. He's ill.
Should have taken those nanomachines.
Mm.
Oh, fuck. I forgot to bet. Alright, so we're going to see both players here set up and try to go for SOCOM roll at a prison here. Nick setting up on the door with his back up against the door. Vermillion setting up with punches into just a roll straight through the door.
I don't think anybody got it.
Yeah, no audio on my end, so
Nope, Nick didn't. And
did.
Vermillion did. Okay, there you go.
That'll cut a little bit of time. Yeah, right there, we just saw it cut. They were, you know, a few seconds separating them, at least their feeds, and then now they're almost frame for frame on the same thing here.
Yeah, on my screen I got Vermillion about a couple frames ahead, if that. It's not much. It's close already, but you know, got another hour or so, not even 50 minutes. Things could change. Oh, he ran out of ammo.
Yeah, so Vermillion took a little bit more time to get the first wave down, but then Nick missed one of the soldiers on the second wave, and then he ran out of ammo, as you mentioned, and it changed things.
I don't think that will cost him a lot, though. No, it did. It did. It cost him the lead on those frames, so I digress.
Just a little bit, but you're right. I think Nick got a slightly better, even with the SOCOM, missing the SOCOM roll, I think he had a slightly better encounter there.
That is okay, even if there is a bit of desync. We do go to the in-game timer at the end of the credits, and since this is an emulator tournament, we can fast forward through the credits. We don't have to wait the eternity that it feels like, and it's not that big of a
Did
deal.
Nick get a fast elevator?
I believe so. It looked like he...
I think he got to it a little late, but I think he got a fast elevator.
Well, as we make our way to our first boss fight, if you want to call it that anymore,
It
because...
can't so be called, right?
Hey man, according to the boss rush, it's a boss, okay?
Is guard, is cell rush?
Not in this game, it's not.
Oh, Vermillion.
The boss on the boss rush is Ocelot, so...
Oh, okay.
First person aiming breaks Ocelot. Nick is missing a couple shots here. Just because Ocelot is easy does not mean you can take him lightly.
Vermillion also missing his first shot.
Yep. Here we go.
We kind of missed it before the fight. Vermillion took a
shot. Oh no.
He took a C4 fall as well. I think he was a little too close to one of his C4s and got blown up, and then he had a little bit of trouble getting the last one set and getting through the door. But and yeah, it looks like they both had some sloppy Ocelot work there.
Yeah, definitely not. Ooh, Nick stopping on the 0.15. Beautiful chef's kiss. But what I was saying was they had similar boss fights, but as Proofrock said, Vermillion a little bit sloppier getting to it, so it's going to cost him just a tad more time than it probably should have, but it is what it is. We move on to the tank. Oh boy, the tank.
Okay, Nick with plenty of SOCOM ammo. Vermillion doing a little bit of an unnecessary Kodak there. Luckily, he called a dead frequency and didn't call Merrill again. It would have been a little bit even more time lost there if he called Merrill again.
Yeah, that's big pain. All right. So we get into our laser room here with Nick. Merrill opening the door for us as we come up the elevator. Let's see how he goes about it. He's just going for the old roll. Perfectly fine.
Okay, I thought he was going to try and roll again after those 2 lasers, and I'm like, no, you've taken way too much time. Please don't. And
Going for the same strategy as well. Alrighty.
Okay. Vermillion, I think did it quickly enough. He might have been able to just roll
I think he was
through the last
hair
laser.
faster just because I don't think he had to do the lean and then readjust as much.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Oh.
This tank, I swear.
Vermillion's a little trouble with his analog stick there, I think. But they're both heading into the tank, and you kind of alluded to it can be a bit of a chore at times. There's a
Analog movement in this game is a bit of a pain as Nick takes out the first gunner here. Going for that same newer strategy on the tank. Let's see how it treats Vermillion here. Boom. Third headshot. Yep, got it. Good. And Nick is taking care of gunner number 2 here. Cool. Look pretty clean from Nick.
Vermillion taking a very...
and
Oh,
Vermillion
that's what I was
shot him
worried
in the
about.
shoulder. Ugh. He let go just a hair early, it seemed.
And I think the long... Like, the long range he took on that shot was also... I think that might have contributed a bit to hitting the shoulder, because he could have gotten much closer to that tank. And, you know, I think he had a better shot, but now he's...
shot in the back.
Is he just opting for body shots now?
From the tank. You have to watch this cutscene where Raven makes fun of you. Like,
I feel like Raven was the guy in high school who did, quote, pranks on people, but it was actually just like, you know, hurting people.
oof.
That was Raven. You know, he thinks it's funny to just blast you with... oh, and he ran out of SOCOM ammo. Didn't have quite as much as Nick going into the fight, but he did have, I thought, enough. He's not even trying for headshots anymore. He's just going for body shots.
At least he's got rations, so the tank's not going to kill him here. But
there is even an older setup to this fight where...
looks like he's trying to do.
Yeah, I usually do it on the right side, not the left. I get a little more consistency there, but yeah, he had some trouble there, and that's definitely gonna... That's gonna create some separation.
No, thank you. Alrighty, so we're gonna do this cancellation, which equates to the vent glitch in MGS 2, where you can do... It's basically anything that I've noticed would activate intrusion mode that you can do that with, so...
Yeah, not quite as powerful as the vent glitch, I feel, but it does save you, 10 to 15 seconds, I think.
Well, as long as you don't get shot, you're good to go.
While we've been talking, Nick is over here and making his way into Ninja, kind of just cruising past the...
I had to look away. He was playing with the other stick and causing a vomit cam with the Nikita, and my brain said no.
Okay, so yeah, Nick missing a punch kick combo there, getting knocked down. He's back. Got it back.
I don't think it's going to cost him any lead with it. Vermillion has been practicing Ninja, and be sure that he's got it almost down to a science if he can. Then he should be able to... Ooh, as Nick gets knocked again. He'll be able to make up some time here if his Ninja's clean. Nick is missing some Nikita kicks, it seems.
Nerves here. He should just do another punch kick to... Oh. He could have done a punch kick earlier instead of... now he's got to do that again, and now he's got to do the phase 2. See, if he would have punch kicked earlier, like twice in a row, Ninja still would have had a little bit of health left going into phase 1, but honestly, that's ideally kind of what you want. That way you can either do a couple punches, do a punch in a roll, 2 punches in a roll, whatever it takes to kind of get the final health down, because as you can see, even with no health going into phase 2, Ninja still has to go into phase 2.
Yep. All right, Vermillion's getting started here. Let's see if his is any cleaner. So far, so
Does I was going to mention this at the end of Tank. I forgot to. He does have very limited SOCOM ammo here, and with missing a lot of these kicks, he's definitely going to run out of SOCOM
he got
ammo.
knocked down.
He's going to have
He
to.
can do the older method of shooting a Nikita missile at him, so I think he'll be okay. But he's got plenty Nikita ammo because this is very easy. So
Actually, he won't need. He can just do a punch kick here with the Nikita, and he'll be fine into phase 2.
he's
Yeah,
good.
all right.
Okay.
He had just enough ammo.
Perfect ammo count. What are we talking about? Vermilion knows what he's doing. It's all calculated. But yeah, it was a lot cleaner than Nick's was. Where is he? Oh, you want that ammo? Yeah, he has to unequip because the ninja doesn't want to. He doesn't want no piece of that SOCOM anymore.
What? Why did he unequip the SOCOM?
Because the ninja will continue to run from you if there's a weapon in your hand. He noticed.
Oh, I thought even if you went to center, he might still come after you. But yeah, that's a good point. I guess he's picking up SOCOM ammo there too. He's maybe doing peanut butter cups for Mantis?
That's what I'm thinking here.
Because otherwise, I don't believe you need to get that SOCOM ammo. I was thinking he'll pick it up during the fight because he might need it for Ninja, but once he was through, I was like, oh yeah, he's good. Honestly, might have taken less time if he just
how much time that cost him saving over Nick going to get that pack.
Right, I think it kind of erased a lot of the, ground he had made up with the ninja fight, going to grab that SOCOM ammo, and then it kind of prolonging his fight.
Yep. I do think he still saved a second or two over Nick, but unfortunately with that ammo count, he could have saved more.
Might have taken less time loss if he just grabbed the SOCOM ammo on B1, honestly. Wouldn't have had to worry about Ninja shenanigans, but I guess Ninja didn't stay too far away.
No, Ninja
my count at the end of Ninja,
I think he got lucky on that.
Looking about a 115 difference between their feeds coming out of Ninja for both.
Nick gets that quick shot in on Mantis's leg.
Just punch.
Ooh, he got the right or the left leg this time. He's fine. I think Nick's practiced this fight enough to know that
Punch
not
was
that big of a deal. Oh, chair got him.
I don't think he'll get the skip here. I think he tried to kind of make it up with that punch, but I think if you got to do that punch before you shoot him again, like you get the first shot on him, and you can still punch him even if you don't get him on that ideal center spot. Once he teleports, you can still find him and run to him, give him a punch, and be good to go. But yeah. Not if you do it after you shoot him a second time. Still a pretty decent Mantis from Nick here, though. Especially, I feel like, with as close as he was to getting chaired. He is through just as Vermilion begins.
There we go. Vermilion got the punch, but he went for a headshot instead of going for the leg.
He might get the skip here.
Pretty interesting. I swear, no matter who I seem to watch in any of these tournaments that we hold, or leagues, or whatever it is, relays, I see interesting strategies.
He did. I thought he'd get it.
Yeah, he did. He got the nice punch in on Mantis.
So the last SOCOM he did, I guess I don't know if it was necessary, but I'm thinking it did help get Mantis closer, like to the center of the room quicker too. So good awareness there, even when the strat didn't really go like ideally, to kind of know his backups and pick it up.
This is one of those fights that it just should be practiced, because Mantis has some pretty weird patterns.
So he got the first skip, but yeah, in that second Meryl segment, he didn't get the first little bit of dialogue skip.
I just find it interesting. He likes going for Mantis's head.
Yeah, I do for that one shot, the one where you're like tippy toe over Meryl, and but yeah, he's going for it in the last one
Second
too.
time I've seen him do it in the fight, and if it works for him, I'm not gonna knock it. I find it interesting because he's the only one I've seen that does that. And Nick is doing our miniature backtrack section as they're gonna high five in the caves here.
In sync were our claps. I don't know if my mic picked mine up.
I didn't
think
hear
we
it,
were
so
pretty
I'm gonna
close.
go
Damn. I did it at the right time. I think if mine had been audible, I think we would have been in sync. So close. Brilliant getting a better roll into Meryl there, I think, than Nick did.
He tracked her first. Nick grabbing the PSG-1T.
Getting the extra ammo. I'm feeling Vermillion might not grab it. I think I remember watching him practice the other night. I feel like I remember him saying something about that it's pointless to grab that ammo, not worth it. He might not get it, so we'll see. He might still play it safe.
All I can tell you for sure is that the T stands for too busy to go back to the tank hangar. You've got a speed run to do.
Silicon Knights knew what was up. They're like, hey, we get it. Oh, Vermillion missing his... Oh!
That was interesting. Rolling into the dog.
Also the fact that doing that made the dog bleed. Like, that dog lost a lot of blood from getting rolled into.
Maybe it's to make you feel bad for hitting it?
That's it, because, like, well, I guess, and also shows that he has blood on. So I guess there's that, too. But I was about to say, because I've definitely punched the dogs before, but I don't think they've bled, but I also have blood off, so.
Wolf was, she out for blood today.
Oh,
Giving a quick
picking
shot.
up some more ammo. I guess he has time to, might as well.
If she's gonna hide behind the pillar, why not? Oh my goodness. Wolf, please.
Too many body
We
shots
don't
here.
have time for this. Come on now.
Oh, missed all the headshots, and he gets hit. Oh, not a good Wolf one.
He might need to get some extra ammo.
Which is surprising because he's grabbed 2 boxes so far. No, he should be good. Just one body shot here.
I got her.
Not. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say. I don't have audio on my end, so I can't hear.
Yeah, save.
I have like a mental audio cue for that roll, and I'm like, is he going for it? No, no. And very important for menuing purposes, switching back to the PSG 1, so that your M9 is on previous. Just pull it out as soon as you get your stuff back.
You win.
And Vermillion not getting the headshot on Wolf there either, but he also did not get shot, so she chose not to hide behind the pillar. Couple headshots here.
Both of these.
Ooh, she's being much nicer to Vermillion. Very nice. That closes the gap quite a bit, so it is once again a much closer race.
Yeah, Nick giving Vermillion opportunities to catch up, and Vermillion, the most part, he's been taking advantage of him so far ever since the tank. He did not swap to his PSG-1T there. It's going to mess up his menuing a little bit.
Unless he's got some crazy menuing strat, I don't know. I've seen some crazy stuff from him before, and it wouldn't surprise me to see more.
Definitely a spot where we can see some separation here as well between the runners. It depends on kind of what we see here as far as their prison exit strategy.
Let's see. Got a little mental note here of when some text on Nick's screen disappeared. So we're gonna see it here on Vermillion's screen. He's got subtitles on, right?
Sure.
I haven't been paying attention.
Looking at their previous races, looks like Vermillion in his round 1 race with Houstus went for, I think he went for the bonk and failed on it. But since then, he hasn't let that deter him and has gone for the bonk twice since and has succeeded twice since. Meanwhile, looks like Nick also failed in his round 1 attempt to do the bonk, but was able to execute it cleanly both his next 2 rounds as well. So both runners with a equivalent record kind of getting out of the prison so far in the tournament, kind of missing their round 1 bonks and going for it twice since then and getting it.
Yep. And according to my quick maths here, they are 57 seconds apart on the feeds, so...
Okay. Yeah, the difference between a successful prison bonk and a failed one, I think, is about 40 seconds. So we could see either Vermillion really close the gap here. We might see Nick just lay the hammer down.
He might. Or will he choke and Vermillion pick that hammer up and throw it right into his wheel?
He's watching. He could be also thinking, well, I'll play it safe. I'll go for just the easy skip here, maintain my lead. But we'll see what he goes with.
If he's not watching, he has no clue of knowing. He's going for the bonk.
Got it set up.
Got it.
He got it.
Nice.
So Vermillion's watching. I think he's probably got to feel compelled to kind of go for the bonk here as well, because even if he gets a successful easy prison skip or successful easy skip, he's gonna have a lot of ground to make up, and only really a couple places that he could do it in with the Hind and Wolf 2.
Yeah, his opportunities are going to be quickly closing as they progress. So Vermillion's got to do something to make up some ground here, especially after that successful bonk by Nick. He's got his work cut out for him. Let's see what we got here. Here he goes, bonk.
Yep.
Nope. Oh man.
After I saw the second bonk and I saw Johnny just go very south, and I was like, nope, that's not gonna work. Yeah, because a lot of runners like, Nick have been doing that kind of setup where you bonk Johnny, but you also stand close enough to him that you kind of give him an extra bonk or a second bonk just like by standing on him, and then you run into him going to the box, and that actually bonks him a third time, it seems. And that's what most runners have been going for, but Vermillion tried to just go for 2 bonks there, and
that whole strategy is just wild to me.
Yeah, I'm still on the easy skip. Especially for races, I haven't gotten bold enough to. I think I might have tried it in a race before, but as far as I'm concerned now, I'm doing easy skip and until I get better with it. But yeah, some runners just like Nick, I know, has just practiced it so much and probably feels relatively confident with it at this point.
You gotta do what you're comfortable with. If he's comfortable going for the bonk, that's fine. If he's not and doesn't go for it, that's fine too,
Alright, Nick getting stuns ready. Vermillion having a little bit of trouble here with the... Oh, he doesn't... Oh, yep, that's where his menuing got messed up. because he didn't swap to his PSG-1T after Wolf, I believe his PSG-1T was what was on previous there, and so you cannot use that to... Even though you can equip the PSG-1T on this floor, you cannot use it for the quick swap glitch to get through the door because it does not...
That's exactly why you want to switch to the PSG-1T rolling into the torture cutscene. It's not... It's strictly so that your M9 is on your weakness, and that is exactly why.
Something
so you
I
don't
haven't
have to
seen.
open your menu again and use it to clip through the door here in the new building. As Nick starts the ascension here.
Something I haven't seen before. He rolled kind of into the lasers there, and I think he got a little bit of more space after the cutscene. With that roll, he was a little bit further in front of the lasers. That was interesting. Sure, others have probably seen that before, but that was my first time seeing it.
Puppy loves you now. Gosh, I wonder why. Am I the only one that feels like no matter what difficulty you're on in this game, watching the Ascension strategies is just kind of a thing of beauty? It's down to like a science, right?
Yeah, there's just something about it, like the kind of... On some level it's tedious, but on some level, yeah, it's just this like nice, just like, you know... And the sounds that come with it too, Snake's like footsteps, like it's this nice kind of satisfying, like up one floor, up one
It's
floor.
like one of those relaxing routines you do in the game, right? Like,
right, yeah. Once you get like the stun grenade or M9 or whatever you happen to use for your strat, once you kind of get your rhythm down, you know, yeah, it's just nice and methodical. And then like going up the stairs and kind of doing the diagonal angles, then straight angles, and diagonal and straight. You know, it's something soothing about the routine.
there's some crazy stuff with the diagonal in this game because of the dead zones that are just part of the game, which is mind-boggling to me why those would be even a thing. But D-pad is certainly friendly in this game.
Yes, not if you're with a GameCube controller. I mean, it still does the same function, but yeah, the GameCube controller D-pad's just...
That thing digs into my hand. Like, I give a lot of credit to those who run this game on console and use the D-pad on the GameCube controller. Like, the controller itself is one thing. The D-pad is kind of a nightmare. Yeah, well, Nick getting through the rappel here.
Girder glitch.
Yards here. Here we go.
Alright, he's gonna go with the Silcom and the stun.
And perfect. Pretty clean.
Something I was just thinking about when I was watching someone practice this. Do you really have to grab that stinger ammo there? Because don't you get like 5 or 10 rounds with it, and then when you get up top, you've got that box of 10 that constantly kind of comes up.
Forget what this game gives you on very easy.
But we'll have to, whenever we see Nick's stinger, we'll have to see what it is, minus 10.
Yeah, because the boxes are 10, so.
I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe you just don't get any ammo with it, and that's why it's absolutely necessary to grab that, but...
Right.
I thought, yeah, pretty much for every, especially on very easy, I thought for every weapon you get, you at least start with, like, a round or a mag.
Well, it is true, isn't it? Because the Nikita has 12, doesn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Thinking, because I never paid attention to it. I just went through the motions.
Right? Yeah, same here. I saw it on a run. I saw it on a tutorial for, I think it was normal, so maybe it's different there, but I saw that and was like, oh, yep, gotta grab that. Nick's making his way up Tower B. Throwing shafts, rolling upstairs. Not using stair glide much, and right as I call attention to it, he flops on his face.
Shh. Snake has a steady diet of steel floor. It's fine.
What would be cool is if we had like a, kind of like especially the older Mario Karts. You know how you could see like the like race diagram and like where everyone kind of was. It'd be cool to have like a Shadow Moses kind of diagram that you have like when you do the pause screen, and like we could see like maybe we're both runners, because it'd be really cool to see how one of them just like went down and one of them was going up the other tower.
Or even better, because we have, if I remember right, we have an auto splitter for the emulator. Or even the games that we do have auto splitters for, we could have like an over under here on the layout. But
Yeah, he has 20.
obviously
So
at the
you
moment
get
that's
10.
neither here nor there. Because I know through at least SRL races through Live Split, you can, as long as your split names match, you can compare to the other racers,
Right.
which is actually really cool feature. I'm not sure about race time GG. Let's see how the Hind wants to treat Nick here. So far, so good. Nothing I would complain about anyway. Oh, missed the shot. I spoke too soon.
Looks like he got it off before you this, but yeah, I think he might have missed a shot or two that he could have gotten and gotten the Hind down a little lower. But yeah, I did notice he did start with 20 rounds for this fight, so I think you do get 10 when you start with the Stinger. So you're not losing that much time picking up the Stinger ammo, but I still think you could save maybe half a second to a second just by not grabbing it.
Well, I think it would depend on the Hind you have. Like, maybe in PB attempt, sure, but in a race?
You mean for the ammo?
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, if you've got 10 and you've got the box up here of 10 that constantly refreshes when you lose
If you
ammo.
feel like going over that way, sure. But I think that would also depend on the Hind
Yeah, I think
pattern.
Nick here, and I think most runners, at least at this point in the Hind, you're pretty much on top of the box for most of the fight. Oh, he almost ended it there.
Ah, well. It's not going to be too detrimental to Nick here.
No, yeah, Vermillion's gonna have to have some just perfect fights as we go through if he wants to close this gap, especially after that Hind that Nick had that was fairly decent. All right, and
They're going to high five one more time.
yeah. Oh, if it can load quick enough. Not quite, but yeah, almost got to the door at the same time that
That
Vermillion
would have
did.
been fun. My Hind's done. Your turn.
Mm. Oh, okay, good.
The stingers in this game always terrify me. So I think it was Joe who pointed it out during one race. They're all not quite a carbon copy of MGS2s on the Harrier, but and on the Rays, but it certainly can be a pain. This fight just isn't great, in my opinion.
Oh, I think with that one, Nick got one of those cameras with the nade, but he didn't get the other two. I thought his throw might be a little low there. I think he's see here. I think he might have got all of them there. Yeah, for that one though, he was just cooking it a little too early and throwing it a little too early.
Yeah, you'll have that. But I feel at this point, Liquid's just kind of teasing Vermilion with this Hind
Oh,
and his movements. There we go.
Good.
That extra shot down.
nope. There he is.
Liquid doesn't go very far.
He still somehow manages to lose track of Snake.
Even though he's right there.
Right, he doesn't move. Where'd you go?
I never understood that. You're the one who went down, Liquid.
Like, where are you looking for me at? Like,
I'm not repelling off Tower B, if that's what you're getting at.
dispatches the horseman. Makes his way down to the bottom of Tower B. And going into Wolf 2.
See if
But yeah.
she's a little bit nicer than her earlier counterpart here. She was not very kind to Nick in round 1, so Nick's looking for a little bit of vengeance. I think she's gonna treat him better this time around. See what she got here. She's right there. Oop.
GX.
Nick's aim is a tad high, so
And there he was a little low to
Oh.
get the headshot. He needs to zoom in a little more, I think.
there.
He's got it now.
Once you get the line, you're good.
Nice. Yeah, I got
Kind
to
of
dip a little low.
jammed.
Oh, a little too low.
A little again. That's
Oh,
okay.
there he goes.
Like I
Not
said, a
bad.
little bit better. A little bit better. So.
Oh,
Really,
yeah, so
really is gonna have to execute and hope that Liquid is a pain to Nick if he wants to make up a lot more ground here, because I believe that's his last chance is Liquid.
yeah, there are some deaths. There are some spots he could take some deaths that would be a little helpful for Vermillion as well. I think, going the drop to the pipes. If you miss that grab,
That's
although you've
true.
got the rope to grab on too, so if you miss everything on that, you can die and lose a fair amount of time. If you doing the
Might be
other
better.
rope, falling to that one
Yeah.
isn't terrible. Like you only lose about maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah, they do it multiple times.
Yeah, it would take about, I think at this point, like 10 or so times he would have to fail that for
At this point,
I think just opting just to shoot them all.
dispatching the ambush here. He gets to fight our good neighborhood bully, Vulcan Raven.
Yep, we destroyed the bully's other toy, and now he's found another one to try and wreck us with.
This one he pulled off of a plane.
Is that the story behind it?
Yeah, it belongs on an F-16.
How did they get one of those?
He pulled it off. Weren't you listening?
Clearly I wasn't. But what, did he like jump on it while it was flying?
Dude
Or
just waltzed in and just pulled that thing right off the F-16.
okay, there's just some F-16s chilling at Shadow Moses?
I didn't say it was at Shadow Moses.
Did he carry it?
He may have.
I mean, he is quite a large man, and I'm sure he's carrying it around there with no trouble, but like that's just one room.
He does excel at pulling people's ears, so.
Ooh, yeah, Vermillion just in a
Vermillion's
couple
starting
shots
to
here,
get-
and he's a little low on this line.
I was worried he wasn't standing on the ammo.
Ah, yeah, looks like he is, but yeah, that can be rough too. You gotta readjust. Especially because if you're not standing on the ammo and you have Stinger and PSG-1T equipped, like you usually do for this fight, you can't just like swap to the other item or to your other weapon and just move around and get it, because they're both first-person view weapons. So you have to swap to another weapon, pick up the ammo, then quick swap back to whatever weapon you had before, and then manually swap. And it's
It's a
when you're
nightmare.
so used to just having the two weapons, it's hard for your brain to kind of adjust in the moment. And I know I usually end up like I have to take an extra 5 or 10 seconds almost just to get my menus correct and back to where they should be.
Yeah, menuing in these games, it's important.
Very important to have to change the default setting from quick unequipped to previous as well. Although Blue Metal showed recently, I guess you don't really have to. but it certainly makes things easier.
Alright.
Did Nick? No, he didn't do his Onacon calls.
Nope. There he
Oh,
is.
and I was about to say, I bet he forgot because I usually see him do them. So I was like, he had to have forgotten. I don't think he's trying something new. If he is trying something new, it's new and slower, so he shouldn't be.
If it's new, it'd be news to me.
Yeah, he's a little. Yep, he was a little. Well, for my strat, he was a little late there on his shot, his warning shot. But for his, he might have been a little early.
And I think that guard is okay.
I think going like from where he is now and going around, I think it's fine and easily avoidable. But I think coming back the other way, it's gonna be tougher to avoid. Like his head is just poking out around that corner, so it's gonna be tougher to avoid that coming back, I think.
Yeah, we will see. I think
The other
he's
guard's
okay.
absolutely in his way.
Yes. There's no question on that. All right. Didn't die on that one.
And that's usually the more precarious one, the one that's possible to die on. The other one, it's much less likely you'll die on it, but just that you will, miss the grab and grab too late and just have to run back up the stairs and do it all over again.
It is it's not a huge deal, but
No, yeah, it's only,
yeah,
I don't know, 15-ish seconds.
Oh no, I was talking about where his PAL key landed.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't great that he had to jump in, but...
Yeah, that card's fine.
Okay, coming back, you're right, yeah, his face and neck and head's all just pressed up comfortably against that steel barrier.
Fine by me.
I forgot to equip the PAL key up on one of his rolls, but remembering to do it there.
Well, look on the bright side. If you forget, you're probably only gonna forget once.
That's true.
Well, once per run, anyway.
The exact opposite. Looks like, yeah, because he did catch the guard's body a little bit there. Exact opposite of what I said earlier. And he's actually having some trouble going through. There was a guard coming up those stairs. Oh, went for the third person shot. Didn't get it. Went for the first person shot. Didn't get it. And then adjusted and... Okay. Oh, that
Ow.
guard's not knocked out anymore. What? Why?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess if you don't kill him or knock him over the edge, yeah, he wakes up at some point. So Nick with one more card to go. Vermillion making his way up the stairs. Executes that better than Nick did. Looks like he's got his stinger on previous already. That's gonna be helpful, I think. See if he goes for third person again. Nah, yeah.
Yep, didn't bother this time. Ring, ring. Well, I think at this point it
Oh!
pretty. Ugh. I said Snake had a steady diet of steel, but I didn't think it would kill him.
Just watching gravity just suck Snake's legs and face onto the floor it was a thing of beauty. Oh, I think he got close with that one too.
That drop scares me, like every time.
I never knew it was that. I never knew it was that perilous because I always, up until recently, I would just spam, and I guess I got lucky and never had any issues with missing it. But yeah, I've seen too many people miss it now, and now whenever I go back and do runs, now I'm scared. So Vermilion missing his grenade there, having to switch to his SOCOM. I think he might have thrown it in the drainage ditch, maybe. I don't know. I don't have audio, so I couldn't hear if it
With audio, it'd
exploded.
be a lot easier to tell that kind of thing, isn't it?
Wait. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. Liquid. But if you're here, then the Master Miller is. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Put Miller back.
Liquid's like, oh, I've got some more bad news for you, brother. Kaz is dead.
Rip. Oh well. Like making Metal Gear Rex. This fight's just kind of a joke, isn't it? Like you just stand here and state of the art aiming system.
No, it's no good. I can't do it. It's no good. I can't do it. It's no good. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I can't shoot. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I can't shoot. I can't shoot.
See what Nick opts for here with the Liquid fight. I think he typically, at least recently, has been going for just trying to set up lottery roll multiple times and get that. For the most part, he's kind of got a lot of freedom on what he chooses to do here, even if he goes for something that doesn't work out very well. He's got some time to play with.
I think he's good.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh, you might want to move you up, but he got it. Going with an interesting angle on that pipe. Oh, he went for the chunk. And he's going for the second chunk. Yep. And, oh, I think he was trying to go for a lottery roll there. Liquid said,
Not
no, thank
this
you.
time. There we go. Didn't get it.
Gonna go for another
And
roll.
These two here, so.
Go for more rolls. Punch, kick. I'm surprised he didn't just like triple punch Liquid into the corner there. Yeah, now he's
I'm
gonna.
thinking he just kind of said
Oh,
no.
okay. That's interesting.
It's kind of stuck in that between phase.
Yeah, you can get the double punch here. He can, I think, put him back in. There we go. It's not a great
This is why-
Liquid, but
Nice.
it's alright.
Hurry! I'll take the wheel. Uh-oh, a surveillance camera.
I suppose it's technically possible Vermilion could still win. It would, it'd require a death or two. But I think even if you die here, you don't go back to Liquid.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you just go back to... And I think if you die during Escape 1 or Escape 2, you just go back to the beginning of those segments. You don't, like, if you die in Escape 2, you don't go back to all the way to the beginning of Escape 1, I don't think.
Not died in Twin Snakes Escape, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no, that's the thing I'm saying. I'm like, has anyone died in very easy Twin Snakes Escape ever?
At all.
speedrunner regardless. Yeah, like I mean, even casually, I'm like,
Not even VE, just in general. So I'm pretty sure the checkpoints are all the same across difficulties.
oh, even in okay. Yeah, but I thought I don't know. I guess I thought you had less health, or maybe Liquid did more damage on higher difficulties, but I have no idea. I just drove through that bear. Wait, Otacon, my man.
It's a road hazard.
Well, and not only that, but it's like, wait a minute, you're telling me you can just drive through that? Then what are we doing waiting here?
He doesn't
And
want to
then
get
just try-
shot and killed.
Both times he just drives through the side that Nick did not like clear a path through. So it's like, Otacon, just keep going straight. Stop doing this weird like swerve thing. Just keep pressing W.
See how Rex treats Vermillion here.
Oh, he did have the view right for that last shot, but
Just a hair early.
yep.
That's a good Rex too, though. Liquid, this isn't a game of bumper cars. What are you doing? Come on now.
Alright, one more shot from
Coming
Nick.
up on time for Nick. There we go.
So that's I'm gonna get
At least
those
until credits.
dart facts. Ah, yes, the infinite bumper cars. Nick often does. Like for some, I think it's Nick. If I remember, it was either Nick or Vermillion that I was watching recently. One of these two guys like just gets it almost every time. Wait, no, it's Joseph. Joseph. I've been watching so many people play Twin Snakes recently that it's JoJo that usually gets the infinite bumper cars like clockwork. That is time for Nick. 56 even RTA. And barring anything really funky, he's got the win.
You're out of time.
Oh my, now he's got credits at 90 something FPS.
Hurry.
Oh, and Vermillion gets kicked. Doing some tactical crouching. Yep, and he's just memeing now. And missed those punches. Gets through Liquid, and now he will be starting his escapes.
Hurry. I'll take the wheel. Uh-oh, a surveillance camera. Uh-oh, no key.
He's gonna hide from the guards, make them think he's not home.
It's got key.
Right up next to the window. Grenade.
Snake, climb in. Let's go. Use the button to fire that machine.
Let's see if Otacon decides to defy physics again here.
At least the last one I watched, he actually like, he didn't really. I think he might have hit the arm and just went right through it. But as far as the barrel, he just like swerves right around it and doesn't hit it. It's like, dude, you could do this the whole time. Why not? Oh, that's a lot of blood. Okay, drove through the right side that time.
Snake.
Their shots off.
You've got to break through. Good job, Snake.
Just goes to the right side that time as well. Okay. Alright, coming up on his last Liquid sequence here. Likely his The last liquid of this tournament. As we see the 54-12 from Nick. About a minute off of his tournament PB, I believe.
1 minute and 1 second off actual PB.
What's that?
GG.
How did you feel about the race?
My Wolf 1 was terrible.
She was not nice to you.
She
Like,
wasn't
at all.
She wasn't, but I didn't take the opportunities that I got with it, and that was like one of my biggest time losses. On Mantis was horrible as well. I just screwed up punching him, and then managed to shoot him in the wrong leg, and yeah, so those were probably the two biggest time losses. Actually, the one I'm most disappointed about is Hind, because my Hind was absolutely spot on, and then the last shot didn't connect, and I had one more duck down.
Yeah, he said no.
So mean.
Uh,
That's why we call it Hind
yeah,
Dumb.
He said no.
And Vermilion, slightly over an hour RTA.
GG.
And Vermilion,
GG, dude.
slightly
Well
over
played,
an
bro.
hour RTA.
Thank you. You too.
GG.
Vermilion, did you have any thoughts going through your head as that race continued?
I mean, I just got hit by the classic stuff that like I'm not that good at. I just got hit by the tank and I was like, oh no, this run's not looking good. And then I got prison roll. I was like, yeah, this is bad. But
I think prison roll
Nick played
might
really
have,
well though, so
there.
Oh, thank you.
can't knock that. This game's hard. This game's very difficult.
It
Oh, this
is.
game is way more difficult than the original.
Oh yeah, I agree. Kuma was telling me this when before I learned the game. He says that if you mess up something in this game, you lose like a lot of time, and it's true.
Oh, it's so punishing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, even just that, case in point, tank just getting one shoulder shot instead of a headshot, and
Oh yeah, that's the worst. It's like, oh, I missed by like 1 inch. It's like, oh no, now I gotta do a backup, and it just feels bad.
you took a long shot there on the tank. The first shot, like you stayed way back, and I was surprised.
I usually try to stay that back because I go first person and then I do like a quick like aim up.
Right,
And
I guess you
then,
the aim up's quicker with being farther
yeah,
away.
I think it was too far away. You're right. Actually, I should have gone a little closer, but yeah, that just sucks. But well played. GG, Nick. Method on liquid too. I learned how to do the liquid like 2-punch F in it. It's pretty fun. In the corner.
28.
Yeah,
for
it's something you
Vermilion.
practicing it the other night.
Yep.
Nice,
Alrighty.
almost exact. Yeah, almost like 4:16, and it's 4:14. Pretty close to RTA there.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually pretty close. You don't see that a whole lot, so it's about.
Certainly
See,
don't.
so that means Nick will move on to the next round to face Volcanic Akuma.
Coming for you, Kuma.
That race is tomorrow, as our other losers round race with Tyler and the winner of the next race. So, if you want to see who Tyler's going to be facing, you can stay tuned. And I think this next race is going to be quite interesting with Plywood and Joseph Joestar.
It's gonna be a
You
hot
guys
one
got
for
any
sure.
thoughts on that?
It's gonna be a hot one.
I think it is.
I would agree. This is going to be a really, really fun race to watch.
I think all the races now are gonna be really, really, really hot. Like everyone's like really, really close in times generally.
Absolutely, because we're moving forward to the big day, the grand final. Folks, thank you so much for racing and for the commentators as well. It was a pleasure to watch you. Let's get almost everyone out here and get ready for the next race. And I see you after a short intermission.